Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're tuning in, and welcome back to another episode of Fight Night Narratives with your host, Fierce, where we break down the latest and the greatest fights within the sport of boxing, both the ones that have just happened and the ones that are upcoming. And today, just a few hours ago, we saw the rematch between Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. Of course, I did. Um, my live commentary watch party. Um, you missed it. It's on my channel. I'll also be posting a live reaction to the scorecard announcement that was featured in the stream. I'll post that probably in a couple hours, maybe tomorrow. But um, very very good fight. It seemed first we're just gonna go over kind of how it went. Well, it was a very good fight. Both guys had their moments, but it seemed like in the opening round, Catterall, he was moving around. He was pumping his jab. He was doing everything he needed to do, and it seemed like Josh Taylor was going to struggle to keep up. And there were a few, one or two swing rounds, or rounds you could have given to Josh Taylor, and those um, first couple of rounds. Overall, it seemed like Catterall um, was in control, and but the narrative in kind of going into maybe round 9 was that Jack Catterall was tired and Josh Taylor was starting to pick up momentum. So Josh Taylor could have won maybe rounds 9, 10. He could have won both those rounds. I think he likely did. And in round 11, there was high drama where Josh Taylor, again, was having a lot of success in that 11th round. And it seemed like he was going to win that round, but Jack Catterall caught him big and really hurt Josh Taylor and put him on his back foot, and Catterall backed him up and put him on the ropes. But then I guess it turned into a WWE match, and they both hit the canvas. Where I guess both guys were trying to grab onto each other, and they both just fell. And if that hadn't happened, could have, could have, could Jack Catterall had gotten a finish? Could he have gotten a finish there if that didn't happen? I don't know. But after it seemed like Taylor had his feet under him. But I'm sure that kind of hurt Josh Taylor a little bit. Knowing that he got hurt, and if he hadn't gotten caught, maybe that could have changed the fight for the next 2 rounds. But in the 12th round, it was a tight round. Both guys were exchanging, both guys were landing their combinations. I gave Josh Taylor last round. It was a very good fight. I saw a lot of people have a lot of mixed scores. I saw some people have it draws. 115, 113 Taylor. 115, 113 Catterall. It was kind of a mixed bag. But if you were to ask me who won more likely I would have said Jack Catterall. I still stand by that. I think that Jack Catterall won the fight, even though it was pretty back and forth um, in some rounds, which in a lot of the rounds it seemed like Jack Catterall was in control, but Taylor was able to get very good work in at times. Hit the body, just get on the inside and really rough up and attack Catterall. But yeah, it seems like a battle of Jack Catterall's slick boxing and Josh Taylor's rough work on the inside. Catterall was using his jab a lot on the back foot, using great head movement. I was very impressed in the first round. I was like, dang, Catterall's doing a very, very good job right now, neutralizing Taylor. And in the fight overall, his defense was very good, but he did tire later in the fight, which gave Josh Taylor opportunities to win rounds. But that's really the story of the fight. A very good fight, and I think we were all expecting pretty mixed scorecards. And well, one of the questions coming into the fight were how, personally, I was very interested how it was going to be scored, because in the first fight, right, it was a top rank show in Scotland, where Taylor lives, where he was born from. Since Taylor is Scottish. But since that was a top rank show, I mean, it was pretty obvious that they were probably gonna give Josh Taylor some bias. And especially since, well, at that time of the first fight, he was the undisputed champion at 140. But this, well, it was co-promoted by Top Rank. Of course, Bob Arum was in attendance. We'll get to that in a little bit. But the primary promoter was Matchroom with Eddie Hearn, which Catterall is with Matchroom. But there were lots of questions on how it was going to be scored, and well, we found that out. Scorecards were wider than anticipated. Two of the judges had it 117 to 111, and then one had it 116 to 113, which meant there was a tie round. In one of those rounds, I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it, but I'll try to be able to find the scorecards here. I doubt I'll be able to, though. It'll probably just be from the first fight. Yeah. I can't find it. Hold on. No, I found the scorecards. So let's see here. Let's start with the 116, 113 card. For the 116, 113 card, they gave Jack Catterall the first 5 rounds, and they gave Josh Taylor rounds 6, 7, 9, 10, and 12. So on their card, Josh Taylor took a lot of the late rounds. Then the 117, 111 cards, let's see. Start with the first one. They had it 6 to none. before round 7. They gave Josh Taylor the 7th round. Hold on, I'll just try to. I'll try to pull him up here, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it up. And they gave Josh Taylor rounds 10 and 12. So in total, they gave him rounds 7, 10, and 12. And then the other judge, they gave Josh Taylor round 3, and round 7 and 8. A very interesting scores. I'll try to pull it up here if it'll let me. Hopefully it will. Here it is. Here's the scores. So I'll just leave that up for a second. But get very interesting scorecards. As you see, the rounds that they did give Josh Taylor was mainly later in the fight. They didn't have Josh Taylor winning round 3 on one of the cards. So, very interesting scorecards, and a lot of people expected it to be wider, but since it was a matchroom show primarily, there were questions surrounding whether it'd be biased for Jack Catterall or not. I guess we found the answer to that. So, yeah. And of course, Bob Arum stepped in the ring after the fight. He wasn't very thrilled with Josh Taylor's defeat. Basically just said the scorecards were a disgrace and that he'd never let an Englishman go over to American soil because they'd get robbed necessarily, which to be fair, that's kind of been a famous pattern. I mean, you saw on the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney card, Arnold Barboza Jr. got, just to say the least, quite controversial decision. It seemed like it was a complete shutout. I think it was a complete shutout in favor of, not sure of his name. Seemed like Barboza was shut out, but somehow got a split decision. So, yeah, it's not. It's a quite common pattern. Sean McCoe and how one just scored at 97-93. Barboza, I just don't understand. But what I find interesting about that is that Josh Taylor fought Teofimo Lopez on American soil as well. And one of the scores was 115-113, which was quite controversial because it seemed like it was a bit wider than that. So Bob's basically done the same thing. So yeah, but yeah. Do I have anything else to say? I'll pull these cards back up if you want to look at them again. But yeah, quite a good fight with controversial scorecards. But I mean, in the end, it's not like it was a robbery. Um, the right man won. And if you go and ask about 10 people who watched the fight, who won, probably about 9 out of 10 people will tell you Jack Catterall. The one person, I don't know. But the general consensus is that Jack Catterall did enough to win, and at the end of the day, the right man won, despite the controversial scorecards. But let me know what you guys think about this fight. Did you think that Josh Taylor actually did enough, or do you think that Jack Catterall won this fight? And also, just real quick, both guys have a win over each other, even though that first fight on Top Rank fairly controversial. On the record, both guys have wins over each other, but could that cause for a trilogy? I find that very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to hear the scores. That's what you guys thought. Personally, I had it 116, 112 Catterall. But I think that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching Boxing Narratives, Fight Night Narratives. One reason I get my intro, my name mixed up. Sometimes I say the Boxing Narrative, sometimes I say the Fight Night Narrative. Quite odd. But thank you for joining me on another episode of the Fight Night Narratives. And I've been your host, Fierce, and I'll catch you in the next video, which will probably be my scorecard announcement reaction. So be on the lookout for that. Go look at some of my other videos if you haven't already. I posted my thoughts on Lopez versus Claggett and Chisora versus Joyce. If you're interested in any of that, or if you want to recap on the Fury UC card last week, go check that out on my channel. It's right there. Without further ado, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.